Welcome to Beyond the Spot. I'm Melissa Thornley, and today we have with us Alex Pissios. Alex is president of Cinespace Chicago Film Studios. Hi, Alex.
Hi, Melissa.
It cracks me up because, you graduated in a certain year, and I graduated in a certain year, and they were pretty close together.
Very close.
Maine South, Maine East. So what were you like in high school?
I was very social, average student, C student, but, played sports. Actually, believe it or not, I was in dance orchesis. I did V-Show.
You did orchesis and V-Show?
Yeah, I did V-Show. Yeah, actually did. It was great. It was a fun time. But I loved high school.
Yeah. Oh, God. I loved high school, too.
Me too.
From Maine East, being a blue demon at Maine East, now you're president of Cinespace. How did that happen?
You know what? It's a funny story. Cinespace company itself started 28 years ago in Toronto. My uncle Nick Mercopoulos started it. In Chicago, it kind of happened. I was in the real estate business, and things were not going well in 2007, 2008. And I went to a wedding in Toronto and was telling my uncle things are okay in Chicago, and he didn't believe me. And then I opened up and told him things were kind of tight, and he said, you know what, you got to start a new chapter. Why don't we open up a small film studio, is how it really started. So we flew in a couple times, we're looking at properties. In the meantime, Ryerson Steel came on the market, and it's a 52-acre site, 1.5 million square feet. And he loved it. He had a vision like no one, and he knew what he was capable of doing, and we did it.
He was just a magnificent guy. Like, tell me.
Yeah,
a
he was
a
visionary. He was a visionary. He was a leader. He was a general. I mean, when he came here, I was nervous because I'm born and raised in Chicago. I said, man, Nick might not. How's he going to handle with the politics and all the different things? Chicago's kind of known to be difficult to work with. And Nick's attitude was, it's my way or the highway. You're lucky that I'm considering even coming into your city and state to do this. We had major meetings then with Mayor Daley, and then it was Governor Quinn, and he was black and white with them. And I think they felt his energy because he was such a charismatic, high energy guy with really great karma, really goodness. And the project is where it's at. It was never about money for Nick. It was about really building something and seeing that Chicago had a good foundation, but it just needed someone to actually build on that foundation, and Nick was the guy to do it.
So what was it like trying to convince studios initially? Right now, I feel like we've got a track record, but initially, how did you convince the studios to come out here?
There was Nick, too. Nick took the president of the Teamsters, the president of IATSE, and the head of the Illinois Film Office, and went to L.A. and had them sit with the executives and said, please tell these people, why don't you come to Chicago? And they heard what they were telling them. And, the executive said, listen, if you listen to what Nick says, we supported Nick for 28 years in Toronto, we'll support him in Chicago too. But these are things that we've had concerns about. And they addressed them immediately. And we really went in as a team effort. And historically, in Los Angeles, the Teamsters and the IATSE and the studio owner, there's always some type of issues. When you went, a lot of these executives said they've never seen the whole team come in and say, we want your business, what do we have to do it? And it's really neat.
So now you have your real estate background, but so how did you navigate learning the industry? Like, a lot of it seems like it might be similar, but like what were challenges that you had?
Well, it was a lot of hands-on. My uncle had a big construction background. His background, he was an electrical, mechanical, and structural engineer. So I learned a lot of on-the-job training from him is really what it was. And taking these big warehouses, they needed new concrete floors. You needed sound stages, you needed air conditioning units, you needed electrical. We went in, we tore these buildings down to the bone and rebuilt them. It was neat to kind of reuse a lot of the stuff. A lot of the steel in there, we reused it. And you brought these old buildings that were built, anywhere from the late 1800s to the 1940s and bring them back to life. And Ryerson, once upon a time, had 3 shifts a day, and they had over 5,000 jobs in the heyday in the steel industry. Wow. So what a way to, repurpose from the steel business into the film and television business.
Yeah, it's poetic almost.
It is. It almost, it's really full circle. It's funny how it all.
Over 5,000 jobs have been created since you opened.
Yes, over 5,000, and those are not just jobs, $8, $10 an hour jobs. These are union jobs, jobs that give insurance and give benefits and give 401ks to families where these workers can pay for their kids' tuitions and pay their mortgages and and take their vacations and then, you know, have a nice life.
What have been some of your happiest moments?
When we had the opening, you know, with Boss there and Kelsey Grammer, and I mean, you just swelled up with pride that, you know, this thing started. You know, it's the beginning, but you're so happy and proud of what you were able to accomplish, and all the buzz and all the excitement.
Mm-hmm. And what's one of like the worst days?
You know, Nick passed away in December 2013, and Nick really was the patriarch and the general of the family, and so it was hard for all of us. But you know, he left a great legacy for us, and I'm definitely following through with what he wanted us to do. I mean, he left marching orders at the end of his life that you know, we're going to have to meet them, and or else he's gonna come and get us. That's for sure. Nick would come and get us.
Oh gosh.
Since his passing, every decision I make, I do as if I think I know what he would do, and it's working out great for me.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
He's like smiling somewhere.
Oh,
He's smiling.
let me tell you that. Yeah, he was something else, you know. And you were lucky enough to meet him, you know. And my uncle always told me to be a farmer. You know, take these kids as seeds and let them grow, and this way you can get a crop. You know, in Ontario, Nick was able to grow the local Ontario-based productions to almost 40% out of everything. You know, here in Chicago now, 100% of my business is LA productions. You know, that's one thing that we definitely have to work on in Chicago, is growing the local industry to start shooting here. In other words, find the next John Hughes, find the next Harold Ramis, nurture them, and you know, you want them to be leasing offices by me and shooting all their stuff here in Chicago.
That's awesome.
Yes.
So I always ask 3 questions, and so they build on each other. Take them however you want to take them.
Yeah.
So the first one is, where are you from?
I'm from Chicago.
Awesome. Where in Chicago?
Northwest side of Chicago.
Yeah, that's what I wanted you to say. We're Northwest Siders.
That's right.
I gotta have you say it.
That's right.
And where are you going?
You know, I don't know where I'm going, but I know I'm going to a place that's going to be incredible. I'm more excited about it every day, and I can't wait to be able to come here and sit with you in 5 years and really show you where we're at.
And what keeps you going?
Definitely my uncle. Keeping his legacy going is very, very important to me. It's the kids, it's the jobs, it's everything this place, this Cinespace Chicago can do. It's all good stuff it creates, you know. It's exciting to be part of that, and I just want to keep on doing that. Just keep on building on what we're doing, and that's what I want to do.
I love it. That's why I love you, Alex.
I love you too.
Thank you so much for spending time with us today.
Thank you.
Thanks.